Welcome to another episode of On the Trail. I'm your host, Mike Sabounchi, and we are in a place that's very special today. We are just east of Mount Rainier in the Naches Trail system. Since I'm new to the state of Washington, I brought two friends along that know a whole lot more about this area than I do. I got Corbett from Nitto Tire and Luke Shuman from Hazzard Fabrics. Luke, you know this trail a lot better than I do. You've been coming up here for a while. What are we in store for today?
Today's gonna be a fun day. We got everything from really tight dirt trails made years and years ago that are so tight we'll be backing up around the corners, tight deep woods, to some really aggressive rock crawl stuff that not all of us are gonna do, and lots of ridges and beautiful views, and the scenery is incredible and the trails are just as great.
Chris, this place holds a special place in your heart.
This is kind of where I started back in '98, came up here for a PNW four-wheel jamboree and a Cherokee, and kind of set the stage for many years after that. Always a great reflection to come out, spend a little time out here in the dirt. It's a great area, you're in for a treat.
We brought 3 different types of vehicles with us today, 2 different flavors of a Jeep and 1 Lexus. Chris, what do we got behind us?
I brought the wife's Jeep Wrangler, 2019 Jeep Wrangler. It's got Ultimate 60s, ARBs, 538s, Synergy suspension. Very simple, easy build. She drives it every day. She's small, so she got to get in and out of it, but super effective build and fun Jeep.
What tires you running?
40-inch Nitto Trail Grapplers on KMC beadlock.
Nice, nice. Luke, motley crew of a Jeep. It looks different, rides different. Yep. What is it?
That's the mullet, man. It's a 91 YJ, CJ nose, LS powered, still a manual transmission. Fabricated 10-inch housings, crazy suspension, 4-linked and stuff like that. It's on a trail-ready 20-inch beadlock and the 40, 15, 50, 20 Nitto Trail Grappler.
Nice. And I got a 2009 GX470 on the all-new Nitto Trail Recon Grappler A. It's in the 35-inch size. Looks small in comparison to the 40s next to me, but that's going to get me wherever I need to go today, and I'm excited to hit the trail. You guys ready?
Yeah,
let's do it.
All right, let's go do it.
Cool. What got me into wheeling was I truly had a buddy, a guy that I looked up to, and I was into cars at the time, just kind of getting into the automotive world, and he would tell me these stories about when he was in high school and college, and he'd take his CJ7 out in the woods, and I just thought, man, that was cool, I got to get into that. And so I bought a 91 Jeep Cherokee XJ and built that up over the years, and I would spend literally 5 days a week in the woods doing something. I'd get off work and that's what I did, is I would get a buddy or two and we'd go up in the woods. It's just the unknown that I really love, and it started off with a mentor of mine telling me stories, and it just sparked this interest, and now it's really what I live for.
I grew up in Seattle, Washington, north of Seattle, Washington. I got into off-roading in 1998. I've always been a little bit of an automotive gearhead, and I bought a Jeep Cherokee, which was kind of the odd duck of the Jeep family. Nobody wheeled it, nobody took it on trails, any of that. Spent a number of years building that and playing with it. And this is where I got my start on these trails here in the Naches. It's a great place to come and learn because there's all different levels here, from buggy to everything in between. And so to come back here, after having traveled, I've been very lucky to travel the country, and I've been on almost every trail system in the country and driven it. To come back here is always pretty humbling for me. It just reminds me of, how fun it is just to come back to where you spent your youth in something. I mean, I was a lot younger back then, but something that's a lot more built and more capable, even more capable or more built. I'm having just as much fun now than I did back then. It's just different levels. I mean, you just grow and you mature, and I've kept with it, and I enjoy it.
So what we got here is all these different lines where you can see the black tire marks and everything. The one on the far right, there you see that step where there's a little liquid on the rocks, it looks like. That's not, there's one to the right of that that's actually fairly easy that I think your car will make it up just fine.
Wow! Yeah, I'll come down there and look at it, see if I could stop shaking in my boots. From here it looks impossible.
So I'll drive up the right line and then turn around and come back down. Drive one of these lines, Mike.
Mike, you want to get in with me?
Hell yeah, I want to do that.
I think we'll get Mike up the far right line, which is the easy line when you come here to Funny Rocks. You know, the beautiful thing about Funny Rocks is you've got a lot of different obstacles and terrain. So you come here on a 3-day weekend, you'll see buggies, stock Cherokees, Toyotas, everything out here playing. And that's what's great about it. There's a little bit of something for everybody here, and you know, that's, I think, why we all keep coming back. So for Mike, we'll get him up the easy right line. Everybody knows this line. It looks harder than it is, but he'll walk right up it. No problems. And then we'll see.
I think the key on this one to me is to get around this and then square up to it. Even if you got to pull in and back up and square up,
yeah,
and then you can drive right up the center.
Simple rule of thumb, tire on rock, right?
Yeah.
Keep the tire on rock and an edge of it and stay out of the crack.
Without a locker,
yeah,
right? You're not going to climb this without a locker.
Trust in your spotter if you trust the guy, right?
I do. 100%.
Trust the guy.
100%.
But always trust your own driving ability. So you're going to see this line right here, this crack, and you're like, I don't know. Do I want to go right or left to that? Yeah. I'm not a huge spotter guy, so I
got two of you up here.
And again, your rig is fully capable. You got the right ground clearance. You got the right tires.
Nervous? Extremely. I mean, when you're up there, it's not so bad. It's just there's like I guess you could like a climbing a crux, or the bump. And the bump, I'm worried about clearance and settling the GX, but we'll see. Okay, here we go.
I'll give you, this just is forward.
Yeah.
I'll just give it the point a little bit with something or stop.
Copy that.
Super simple.
All right.
Just roll through it a little bit, little momentum. And then hard right. Hard right. And stay hard right all the way up.
Wow! Yeah, that's barely skid. Yeah, good spotting. Thank you. You're like, yeah, that's as easy as it gets. Come on up.
It's always easy.
Yeah.
Oh, we are going down it.
Yeah.
There is no off from here.
Not for you. Not today, my friend.
Okay.
How much time you spent on rocks type thing? Not very much.
No time on rocks. Only
so he's
just
pretty
stuff.
intimidated about coming up in the rocks, and like, no, let's get in. That's a pretty. I'm not going to say it's an easy line. It's just a technical line. Yeah. The far right on Funny Rocks is something that, you know, any capable vehicle can make it up with a little common sense. And yeah, Mike, you know, got him pointed, lined up, walked right up it, tire on rock. Yeah, did amazing.
I don't know about that guy. He's got shorts and boots on.
Grow his mullet, which he had for a long time. He looked just like him.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hey, brother. They could be twins.
Hey, brother! Put him in my Jeep and he can go wheeling and I'll go drag racing. Start here, you kind of come down in this hole.
Yeah.
You take a left or a right. We're gonna go on this right line.
Okay.
Which gets you into some junk. We gotta start positioning ourselves to drop off the ledge on the right.
A lot of people scrape their dips on this rock. Wow.
Yeah. Big one. Coming into here, you're kind of square up. And you're 100% feeling the car because you can't see it all. You're feeling your tires. You're feeling where you're slipping, where you're not.
Yeah, exactly.
And then immediately you're setting up for this big bank cage crusher corner on the way up.
Wow.
I'm turning left to give myself clearance because we got to go up and around. And then as soon as it starts to climb, I'm full lock right, the cage into the rock, or we're door into the rock.
I'm excited to see what that feels like. Just trust what the Jeep's doing, feel the tires biting. Let's do it.
You can't come here and not do this line to me. I just love this shit. He's gonna have some fun. He's gonna like it. And he's gonna hear some smashing and banging and crashing and clinking and all those noises no one likes, but that's part of it. It's kind of cool. I bet I've done it more in the dark. I've cleaned it more times in the dark than in the daylight. I've never winched out of it or backed out of it. Now that I say that, I'll probably break something. Crawl into it, then I gotta turn left.
Cool.
And then it's gonna fall onto that side, so just stay in.
You got it.
Tough line through there. You're pretty much guaranteed you're gonna take out something, scratch a cage, a corner panel, whatever it is. That's a tough line. You did good. I got lots of painted hardtop. My line will be much easier and much more doable for Jeeps.
My God, this is amazing.
When you're here, it's this giant thing
picture.
On TV, it's little bitty.
Wow, 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 what a wonderful day. We found ourselves right in front of this amazing hunting cabin behind us. It's in front of this meadow. It's a great place to call it a day, give us some time to get on out of here and head back home. And that's a really good pro tip for y'all who are thinking about coming out here. If you're gonna come out here, give yourself an escape plan. Plan accordingly. Time can slip away from you. If you want to find a good place to turn around, this might be it. Might be even earlier on the trail, but make sure you're planning accordingly. Watch the time. I would hit up your local four-wheel drive club, join them, maybe get some learnings from them, hit up some members, do some research online. They could really help you. I think one of the big ones up here is the
Pacific Northwest Four-Wheel Drive Association is the big one up here regionally, and they do a great job. They have an annual jamboree here, amazing organization to take part in and volunteer some effort and do some good for the environment and Jeep while you're at it.
It's clubs like that that really keep these trails open and do the maintenance. They get too run down and they're the guys that are gonna divert you around a problematic area. So it's really important that, you know, those clubs are more than a way to get here, they're a way to keep it open.
They're active with our legislative body up here, keeping things open.
Also, if you're worried about what vehicle you have, some of these trails, I'd say my GX is the lowest trim level. These Jeeps can handle just about anything, but the lines that we took, I think that was about the max for the GX. There are some other trails up here that you could take a Subaru on, that you could take a stock Tacoma on. You gotta do your research. You can't just bomb any trail. You can't just go down any line. You're gonna get yourself in a lot of trouble. There are signs, there's people like club members that can help you. Make sure you do some research. Luke, I know you've come up here before. You've been up here just 3 weeks ago in the snow. Can you give us some other advice?
Be prepared for whatever's gonna take. 3 weeks ago, this was a muddy, snotty mess. We were winching and throttling over stuff that we literally coasted through today. So just be prepared and know the conditions can change. And just because it's 100 degrees down in town, it could be a messy, snotty mess up here.
Thanks for joining us in this episode where we off-road all through the Naches region. If you liked what you saw today, like, comment, subscribe, let us know where you want us to go. Thank you so much to Nitto Tire. Thank you so much to the fans, and thank you Driving Line for making this possible. We will see you guys on the trail.
Thanks, guys.
Cool, thank you.
Thanks for watching Driving Line. If you guys like this video, consider subscribing to our channel so you'll never miss any of the content we create here. Whether you're into trucks, Jeeps, imports, domestic vehicles, or anything in between, we are here to fuel your passion. So hit that subscribe button and we'll see you guys next time.